Yo, round tres of the college football playoff. Grant, Chube, no James. He's doing homework. School has started back for the gang, although snow is on the horizon, as they are saying. It's
No school for me.
gonna get a little cold here, but Chube's got baseball soon, so he's going back home very soon. So, adios. Anyway, round three. We have a game. By the time you're seeing this, which I think should be tomorrow, right, Jiros? Since you don't do anything all day, you were just bragging about. You can get
Sure.
this up tomorrow.
I don't care. Yeah.
Good boy. Anyway,
Valentine.
anyway, we got a game tomorrow. The Orange Bowl. Notre Dame, Penn State. Notre Dame beat Georgia. Pretty big win. They kind of just outplayed Georgia the entire time. I guess I'm picking first here because the other two want to mute
You are.
me. I am.
Yeah. Don't vulture off us.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. Penn State is playing good football, but they haven't really played anyone. No, James is not here to defend Ashton Genty.
Sad.
While he ran, I don't know how many yards. I think 100-something yards. I mean, he played great, but you haven't played anyone yet. You also played SMU, which did they deserve to be in? Who really knows? Who knows? But I just think that Notre Dame is playing really well. They're playing at a high level, and they also have the confidence boost. You don't want to be overconfident. You don't want to be too big for your britches, as they say. And I kind of like what Nick Saban said the other day is that, the team that can focus more on the game is going to win it. And we've seen that so far throughout the entire playoffs. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame. I'm going to go with the Irish. Just
I disagree with Hunter here. I'm gonna go with Penn State. Hunter can complain, or Hunter can say Penn State hasn't played anyone, but Notre Dame hasn't played anyone either. So that argument kind of,
play
they played
Georgia
without their quarterback.
They played Georgia with a backup.
Yeah, so I think that kind of trumps that argument, so to speak. But when I look at Riley Leonard and Drew Lar, Drew Lar is better in almost every stat. Just one less pick. He has 800 more yards. I think 6 more touchdowns. And even running back Jeremiah Love has been great so far, but even Penn State's running back has more yards than that. So judging off that by the fact they actually do play in a true conference, I think that has helped them more. And they have played better. They have played Ohio State, who has a very good chance to win it all. So I'll go with Penn State here, I believe.
I'm actually going to go Penn State as well. I think just watching that game last week against Boise, I don't know. Penn State kind of had their way with the Boise O-line, and the Boise O-line, just thinking about it, Ashton Genty is arguably the best running back in the country and has ran behind a very solid O-line the entire year. They've been really good. But we kind of saw that Penn State kind of, I won't say bullied, but Penn State looked really good on their defensive front, and Ashton Genty could never really get anything going. He had 100 and he broke the 100-yard mark, but it's because he had 78 carries. I just think that I love Marcus Freeman. I think he's a great coach. I think Notre Dame's a good football team. However, they beat Gunner Stockton, and I just don't think that Notre Dame will keep up offensively with Drew Howler, who has played very good football his last few games.
no like, but
Well, you want to change your pick?
No. I trust me. I'm going with Notre Dame throughout the. I said that they had the best shot of winning the college football playoff, looking on their side of the bracket. So that's what I said. We discussed that.
What do you mean on their side of the bracket? There's 2 games left.
Yeah, but when the playoffs first started, I said that Notre Dame has a clear path to the
Penn State's path not easier though, since they're playing Boise and.
Yeah, but
So therefore, they would have the best.
yeah, but at the time, James Franklin hadn't won a big game. So I mean,
Marcus Freeman hasn't. He's been losing to Northern Illinois.
showed resilience. I don't know. Notre Dame's offensive line is also really good, and it's very underrated. It was up there for National Offensive Line of the Year. But anyway, let's go to the other game, which is what game? What is it? What bowl game is it? Is it
Cotton.
the Cotton
Cotton.
Bowl down in Dallas? We have the Ohio State Buckeyes, the 8th seed, taking on the Texas Longhorns. It's Ohio State. Ohio State's gonna. I think Jeremiah Smith is the reincarnation of Jerry Rice. Will Howard is the reincarnation of Joe Montana. I mean, this team is the reincarnation of the 90s 49ers. There's really no stopping this team. No team. Oregon could not do it. Tennessee could not do it. You play a tough Texas defense, but you have Quinn Ewers over there, and Quinn Ewers at times has been questionable. I mean, the Arizona State game, he played great, but Arizona State also just clawed back, and Texas defense didn't struggled at times, especially holding a guy like Cam Scatterbo in. They seem to struggle with these impact kind of players, as NCAA football would call them, but more of these guys that you kind of have to double them, kind of have to triple them.
It's interesting.
Why did balloons pop up to you, Russ?
They did. I don't know. I was looking at my phone. I was looking at stats.
It's because you got that little peace sign up right there.
Oh.
Anyway, I just think Ohio State's got a clear shot, and even though it pains me to say that, who's going to stop them? I
Himself.
don't. Yeah, really, and I think that they're playing well, and it's hard to hate them. So say what you want. People say they're the most talented team in college football, and they've proved it these past 2 weeks. And realistically, the only thing that's hurt them is the Michigan game, in which they just got beat because it's Michigan, and apparently they can't beat anybody in blue. So I'm going Ohio State. Go Bucks. Guys, there you go.
Yeah, going off of 100, so I feel like I said it 100 times this year, but they do have the most talented team when it comes to recruiting and everything on paper. They do have probably top 15 running backs in college football, and Quinshaw Junkins, who's probably the best running back in the SEC last year, and Travion Henderson, so they can always just ride the hot hand. Will Howard has looked good. He's gotten better near the end of the year. I was skeptical when they first brought him, but he has played very well this year, 3,500 yards and 32 touchdowns. On Texas side, though, the thing to me that what favors them more, it may be the only thing, but I think it's Sarkisian. I trust him more than Ryan Day, just slightly, just because I feel like he has done a better job with this team, maybe slightly. I mean, Ohio State does have all the talent in the world, so I may just be picking Texas here because I want to be different, but I'm gonna ride with it. I've said that the best Texas team is the best team in the country, I think, but they haven't played that way yet. It's almost similar to Tennessee in a sense that, we never saw them at their best or what they could be at their best. And I'm going to pick Texas here thinking this is the game. And even, hey, I mean, Will Howard, if he's not playing good, they don't have someone ready in the wing. And if Quinn Ewers starts struggling early, they can just throw an Arch, and Arch could easily make a comeback. So I'll go with Texas here. It may just be different, but I do think they have more of a shot than people are giving them to win this game. So I'll go Texas.
I'm gonna ride the hot hand, horns down. I'm gonna go Ohio State. I mean, I don't know. I kind of disagree with Grant. I think if everybody's at their best, Ohio State is the best team in the country, hands down. They have the most talent across the board. I mean, like Grant said, 2 top 15 running backs and 2 receivers that can go up and get you any ball that's thrown. And I think with how good they've played these past 2 weeks, the only thing stopping them is themselves. Like I don't see any way that I think Texas has a good defense, but Will Howard has played his best football his past 2 games against 2 pretty solid defenses. I mean Tennessee, I get their secondary was questionable, but either way, having to throw under pressure a lot because we had guys getting back to him kind of showed who he really was as a quarterback. Coming off of that Michigan game, I mean we did get a lot of pressure to him for the most part, but coming off of that Michigan game, um, him showing the resilience to bounce back and get his team back on the right track was absolutely huge.
I think what we're also forgetting is that Texas's O line has been banged up the entire year and was not healthy in the Arizona State game. And Arizona State used that pretty well. And I wouldn't say Arizona State's defensive line is phenomenal compared to Ohio State's, where you got JTT and Jack Sawyer off the edges. So interesting to see how these matchups kind of play. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about it next week. The season's all wrapped up. I don't know what the record is. I'm going to calculate it at the very end. That way we know the stake. That way we don't know the stakes. That way it could come down to it.
Well, I got cooked last week. I went 1 for 4, so
You did.
yeah, I missed. I picked Georgia. I picked Oregon, and I picked Clemson. Or I mean, uh, who played Penn State? No, I didn't. I went 2 for 4.
Yeah, we picked the same. Yeah. There you go. So we'll figure it out. I'll calculate it slowly. I don't think the first round picks ever got posted. So a little too late for that, but it's okay. Oh well. Anyway, see ya. Splat Sports Podcast, check it out. New episode Friday. Coming out soon. New schedule. See you then. This is almost wrapped up. Season 1 of the Splatcast almost wrapped up. Pretty successful. So, we'll kind of. Sorry, these aren't live anymore. It's just because we're not. There's no games on Saturday, and we are busy people. So, yeah. Jesus loves you. Peace out.